Australian nurse by the name Bromware spent several years caring for patients who had less than 3 months to live, and on their hospital beds, they spoke their regrets of what they had actually done and what actually they failed to do. And among the people who spoke about what they actually failed to do, they actually were talking about time wastage, and they were now going to their graves with unfulfilled dreams in their lives. By clicking this video, I believe you're among the people who are facing the problem of time management, encountering interruptions such as notification alarms of incoming messages, emails, phone calls, and voicemails that actually divert your focus from the important work that you are working on before. Not to talk of the social media notifications that alarm you what is trending and socializing with your friends, trying to work on your projects without the guidance of a to-do list, not to talk of a blueprint. After wasting all that time, then you decide to work on multiple tasks at the same time in order to complete all of them at once, focusing more on quantity of the task that you have done and neglecting the quality of the work. In the end results, you end up being disorganized and having ineffective performance in the work that you have done. Out of fatigue, you end up procrastinating on activities that seem to be huge and difficult to tackle. As all these activities are going on, time is also moving on, and since the end results that you came across that are ineffective, and you end up being depressed that all the work that you have done, it's all in vain. But wait, what if I told you that there is a way to manage your time effectively, and you'll be able to do all the tasks that are important on time and also achieve the goals that you believe in them? Now stick with me from now until the end of the video, and I'm going to show you how. In order to solve any problem in life, then one has to understand the problem itself and the root cause of the problem, since it will provide us with the information of how we will end up with the solution of the problem. It is the high time you understand that there are two factors that dominate in our lives, that is want and need. They may not necessarily be the same, since the want is a factor that is driven out of emotions, and the need, it is a factor that comes out of intellectual. It's very easy to fall into the temptations of doing the things that you want, since they are the things that you love compared to the things that you need to do. But the weight of their results is measured out of the consequences. Failing to do what you need to do has tough consequences compared to failing to do what you love to do. Number 1, change your habits. 95% of the activities that you do every single day is a result of habitual routine. All that time wastage activity that you are doing was a result of daily habitual routine, which actually can be replaced by a new habitual routine. And that is possible only if you have a burning desire, since it is the starting point of all achievement. It acts as a fuel to keep you moving forward to achieve what you intend to achieve, and it is also responsible to give you a reasonable why as to why you have made that kind of choice in your life. With a strong why, it results in decision making of practicing good time management until they become a habit. Out of persistence and discipline, it actually forces you to do the right thing at the right time and also at the right place without the concern if you feel like or not. Number 2, determine your values. Before doing any activity, first examine what you're doing and start by asking yourself this question: why am I doing what I'm doing? This question actually helps you to identify the end results that you intend to achieve. The results are the ones that forces you to change in your life and drive you from your comfort zone. The next question is, what do you value most in your life? What you value actually determines what you need to work on and dedicate much of your time on that particular activity. Make a list of activities that you need to accomplish, then place them in a certain sequence and priority. This enables one not to waste time on activities that are not important in his life. Chart your projects using a pie chart. Create a visual representation of your larger tasks and projects. Start with the end in mind by determining the goal and objective that you want to achieve. Make a logical step that need to be taken from where you are to where you want to be. The pie chart enables one to set out graphically all the steps need to be taken and when actually you're going to achieve your goal. By using a pie chart, it enables one to avoid being overwhelmed by deadlines. Make sure that the goal you set is actually smart. For that to happen, then consider 3 of the following questions. Who is going to do the tasks? When is the task supposed to be completed? And lastly, at what standard are the tasks supposed to be in? Number 4, create your daily to-do list. A to-do list acts as a blueprint to guide you through the activities that you're going to do on a particular day. And the best way to make a to-do list is the use of ABCDE method. An A activity, it's an activity that you must do, and it has very serious consequences if it is failed to be done. A B activity, these are tasks that you should do. They have mild consequences for doing or not doing the task. A C activity, these are tasks that are nice to do and they have no consequences at all. While a D activity, these are tasks that can be delegated to someone else. An E activity, these are tasks that one is supposed to procrastinate to create more time for more important tasks. In most cases, people engage on time-wasting activities and concentrate on things that are nice to do, leaving behind important things to be done. It occurs because of failing to identify the task to be done and the right time to do it. And the worst thing is that they practice it on a daily basis until it turns out to become a habit. Develop a habit of saying no to activities that have no value to your time. Number 5, set clear priorities. In the Pareto principle, it states that out of all the tasks that you're going to work on, 20% of the task will contribute 80% value of the total work you're going to do. In order to identify the task with the highest valuable contribution, then consider the following criteria. The important versus urgent. An important task is the one that has long-term consequences on your life, while the urgent task is the one that cannot be delayed. The most important task is both urgent and important. The second criteria, it's actually important but not urgent. These are tasks that are important but they are not urgent. They can be delayed or procrastinated for a certain period of time. They are actually falling under the quadrant of effectiveness. The third criteria, it's actually urgent but not important. They are tasks that need to be worked upon and with immediate effect, but they are simply not important at all. They fall in the quadrant of delusion. They are fun, easy and enjoyable, but they contribute nothing at all in our lives. The last criteria, it's not urgent and not important. This is the last task, is neither urgent nor important. They fall into the quadrant of waste. They are completely waste of time and contribute nothing to the life. Number 7, concentrate single-mindedly. While having so many tasks to tackle one task at a time. Avoid multitasking, since it leads to shift concentration and this leads to fatigue in the brain. Hence, it also results to procrastination of the other tasks. Number 8, overcome procrastination. Procrastination is simply a thief of time. In order to become effective, procrastinate on low-value activities. And here are the following ways of overcoming procrastination. The first is mental programming. These are powerful words that increase productivity. Repeating the words like 20 times, then you will be motivated to start the task immediately. For example, do it now, do it now, do it now. The second way to do away with procrastination, it's actually completing larger tasks. How do you eat an elephant? Bit by bit. That is essentially what you should do to all big tasks. Break down into small doable tasks, then tackle one part at a time. And lastly, develop a sense of urgency. Create a deadline that will determine when the work is supposed to be completed. This creates a sense of urgency since one can easily procrastinate without a deadline. And lastly, if you have reached this far, then you have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video with your family members and friends. As for now, goodbye.